Controversy and consequences. Spanish soccer chief's fate hangs in the balance. In a stunning turn of events, the Spanish football scene finds itself embroiled in a high-stakes drama as the Spanish government takes decisive action against Luis Rubiales, the beleaguered soccer chief. The spotlight on Rubiales has intensified following an unwanted kiss he bestowed upon soccer star Jennifer Hermoso in the aftermath of Spain's triumphant victory in the Women's World Cup final on August 20th. Amid mounting pressure, the Spanish government has escalated the situation by submitting a comprehensive dossier to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, TAD, marking a significant step toward potentially suspending Rubiales. This development is layered with complexity, as Rubiales was already handed a 90-day suspension from all football-related activities by FIFA, the global governing body of soccer. However, the Spanish government's High Council of Sport, CSD, holds the power to wield its own suspension against Rubiales, labeling Rubiales' behavior during the World Cup final as unacceptable, and his actions as very serious violations of the country's law of sport. The government's stance is resolute. If TAD endorses the government's case and classifies the infractions as very serious, the CSD stands ready to temporarily and provisionally suspend Rubiales, as outlined in the official statement. Caught in a whirlwind of controversy, Rubiales has publicly admitted his error but contends that the kiss was consensual. Jennifer Hermoso, however, has a contrasting account, asserting that she did not grant permission for the kiss and felt violated by the act. Her candid statement on social media echoed her sentiments. "I felt vulnerable and a victim of an impulse-driven, sexist, out-of-place act without any consent on my part. Simply put, I was not respected." The ramifications of this episode have reached beyond the world of sports. Miquel Iceta, Spain's culture and sports minister, acknowledges a burgeoning social and sporting backlash due to the incident. Iceta welcomes the prospect of an extensive overhaul of the Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, a reform catalyzed by interim President Pedro Roca. The call for Rubiales' resignation resonates resoundingly, with all 19 regional presidents demanding his departure and unreservedly endorsing Rocha's leadership. The saga's trajectory hinges on TAD's decision, and the CSD's ensuing actions based on that verdict. If TAD concurs that Rubiales' transgressions are gravely serious, the CSD's Directors' Commission can enact a provisional suspension while the investigation unfolds. Victor Francos, president of the CSD, acknowledges the complexity of the process and the urgency to suspend Rubiales. This episode, he suggests, could be Spain's version of the Me Too movement in the realm of football, prompting reflection on the broader implications and the need for change. Beyond the immediate consequences, Rubiales' official privileges have been revoked. He's been stripped of his salary and official car. Further, his corporate phone and laptop have been requested back, and he's disallowed from using Federation funds for his legal defense. Rubiales' refusal to resign during a passionate speech at the Federation's Extraordinary General Assembly has amplified calls for his departure. His characterization of the kiss as mutual and remarks about unjust campaigns and fake feminism have elicited sharp backlash from all corners, spanning the soccer community, politicians, and the public. As public sentiment galvanizes, a deeper societal issue looms large. Female protesters voiced their outrage, asserting a shared experience of abuse and identifying with Jennifer Hermoso's predicament. Former national team player Isabel Fuentes points to the deep-seated sexism ingrained in football's upper echelons. The events surrounding the Women's World Cup final in Sydney have struck a chord, resonating as a potent symbol of the broader struggle for gender equality. The consequences for Rubiales transcend the professional arena. He faces the specter of an investigation that could lead to sexual aggression charges. Meanwhile, his mother's dramatic hunger strike in protest of the inhumane, bloodthirsty hunt against her son highlights the intensity of emotions entangled in this saga. In the midst of this controversy, The fate of Luis Rubiales remains uncertain, balanced precariously between personal accountability, systemic change, and societal reflection. The soccer pitch, it seems, has become a battleground for the intersection of gender dynamics, power struggles, and calls for justice.